So we're near the community just north of it. Here's the river and the footbridge. They have a little dam system with the rocks that divert the water off towards more of the crops. I don't think this is part of the west or east channel. This is one of the northernmost parts of the west channel. It seemed like they diverted it and then re-diverted into the channel from where we'll be working farther up north up there. This is the area that would be phase 2 for the project. That's farther north. You can see the flooded field up there, and then on the left it seems like that's where they've put some soil embankments to act as a temporary solution for the flood destruction. There's the road up there. This is a gabion that they have built recently out of concrete, and channels down there.
Only the corner.
Only the corner what?
Only the corner was. It used to be concrete, and then the river got it away. I guess because the river is coming south.
So this is one of the points that they have rebuilt that had been totally destroyed by the river, and looks like they moved all the soil here, created a slope, but the water is now traveling down temporarily. There's some more gabions that the community has constructed out of concrete recently. This is looking towards the north where the channel starts eventually. Here's where the concrete channel had been destroyed last February. This is some areas around GPS point 206 that are leaking. So this is where the channel comes out of the flooded field, around GPS point 203 or 204. This is the quote-unquote flooded field. Here's the debris pile from the road up there. This is headed back towards the community with the soil channel. And we're headed towards our sediment trap location. We're heading up towards the source of the west channel, just over that little obstacle there. There's lots of rocks here. They're not too heavy. So here is one of the northernmost parts of the river in comparison to the community, and they've created a diversion that goes into where the underground source used to come as well. Here's some gabions that are right above where this water's entering. And then the water comes in from underground and continues down the channel. This is the river source. It flows along about 2¼ meters below grade at about 25 liters per second. It looks like the channel goes underground now. Travels beneath here. And then there's a bit of a culvert. It goes underground. So the channel goes underground way down there, comes up a couple times with some little openings, and then it comes out right past where Kathy's standing. Here's the quote-unquote flooded field. And this seems like it used to be wooded, and then they burned the wood away. We've got some goats here.
Hey Aaron, does your camera tell you the name of the picture that you took?
Here's the T section. It's just south of the flooded field, and it goes south to the community. We're around GPS point 202. There's this steep pile of rocks right above the channel. It's concrete, and just north of us is where the flooded field is. So we've decided to divert the channel, or the source of the channel at the river, and then dig a little diversion trench up there next to the woods to let the rest of the water out so we can dig the sediment trap around here. Here's our pre-lunch meeting. We're going to be talking with the community to decide where the pipes are going to go, because different sections up south of here are losing a lot of water, and they don't like the fact that the pipe's only going to go around here. So we're farther south, closer to the community. The river is right over there, and we're going to go look at a place where the community has put another soil embankment, because they potentially want pipe there. So there's some of the embankments that the community made after the flooding, and this is around the corner farther south. This is the place where the landslide came from the road, and they had to dig this out, and then it connects back up with concrete channel over there that was intact. So this is one section that the community potentially might want pipe. So we're farther south from where the river turns. The bridge is up there in the distance. This is a very steep drop to the river. It's basically rock, so you can't really put any piles into the ground here, and it's just traveling through a concrete channel with some rock on the side. So in these areas of the channel, they make concrete platforms that they put above the channel so that all of this rock can sit on top of it without going into the channel. This retaining wall that they built above the channel is about 2 years old. And then back here, you can see how it's a very steep drop from the channel, and that's because after the flood they built some rock walls with soil, probably impermeable soil like clay, just to keep the channel flowing, but it obviously still has the potential of collapsing if another river flood happens. So when there was a road widening project about 2 years ago, they created this retaining wall, and there's this huge debris pile. So they had to create a culvert so that the water could enter over there and then come out here and still go south towards the community. The retaining wall from the road landslide is up there. This looks like a dried riverbed, but it still seems pretty wet, as if it's coming into the rainy or wet season, and water came all the way along here. Community's down that way. This is where the water comes out of that culvert. It's concrete until here, and there's a high potential for landslides. It goes back into concrete channel over there and seems pretty safe if you put concrete slabs over it again. The channel is concrete through here, through this brush like bamboo, and it comes out as a soil channel with this first farm. And there's still high risk for landslides, but it's very far in from the river. The river's back out that way.